My people, what that they say shall never end. They said, Ebony have cried, I am finished. Ebony said her own is finished over the latest development right now in the palace. According to the information reaching us, they said the king have sent some men as an elders to go and meet the family of Adetutu. And you know that Adetutu have been Ebony's nightmare in that palace ever since she came into the picture. Yes, when the king wanted to marry Adetutu, Adetutu said no. She did not say no. She said she needed time to think about it. And then they say she came to the palace. And ever since then, she have been frequenting the palace, using the same opportunity to know who the king is very well before going into marriage with him. Now, they have sent emissaries to, or will I say elders, to her family. And information have it that this Adetutu is coming from a royal house too. Yes, in as much as it's coming from one of the royal houses in Ile-Ife. Remember they said there are about 4 royal houses, as in ruling houses. So, Adetutu came from one of them. And another thing that is hurting Ebony the more is the fact that Adetutu's mother came from Ebony's ruling house. Although not the same family, because they said there are different families that make up that ruling house that Ebony came from. And Adetutu's mother is one of the came from this come from one of the families that made up Ebony's ruling house. And the funny part of this whole thing is that even amongst Ebony's ruling house, they don't like themselves. Yes, because those families are having problem with other families. They said the major reason why Adetutu's mother and Ebony's family, as in the family where Adetutu's mother came from and that family that Ebony came from, that the major problem that they are having is that they are dragging a cocoa plantation. They are dragging a cocoa plantation, and they said that plantation, that place used to produce cocoa, a whole lot, tons of cocoa from that place. And it becomes a problem that they are dragging the land, So that has been a very big problem between the ruling house where the family where Ebony come from and where Adetutu's mother came from. And Adetutu, on the other hand, is from another ruling house, as in the father married from that from Ebony's ruling house, due to how powerful they are and all of that. So Ebony, when they said Ebony, when the king wanted to marry Adetutu, Adetutu said she needed time because she was not born, or let's say she is not based in Ile-Ife. They say she is based in UK. She is doing well for herself there. And she have thought that how is she going to get married and come back to the to Ile-Ife and base and all of that. But they said one of the options they have given to her is that she can go back to her base. But if there's any need for her to be around, since she will be the one taking over everything that Ebony have been doing, that she will come. So maybe that is one. Then another thing is that she was at first thinking that because of how much the king loves the jewel, that is going to be a problem. But they said the jewel accepted her wholeheartedly as long as she will be replacing Ebony. So, and the latest is this. They said during that time, she said they should give her time. She need to study the king and all of that, which is one of the reasons she have been frequenting the palace or have been staying in the palace for close to 4 months now. They said she have been fighting hidden battles from Ebony and her family. Yes, because they said this Ebony and her family, I don't know what to qualify them with. They have been going behind the king's back to do some spiritual manipulations that will make Adetutu not to say yes to the king. That means they have been trying to manipulate them in order to bring confusion. So at the end of the day, the marriage will not work, and they will say, since Adetutu did not accept, Ebony will. Because one thing that makes Ebony to be kind of that have so much value in that palace before is those calabash thing that she is doing. So they trusted her. They thought that without her, some things cannot be done and all of that. But ever since Adetutu came into the picture, they know that Ebony have been wasting her time. So They said Ebony and her family have been manipulating Adetutu and the king's relationship, trying to make sure that they did not come together. There was a time we got an information that Ebony was in the open space where they used to receive fresh air in the palace, doing her thing when Adetutu went and gave her serious warning, telling her that, you see this battle line that she is drawing, now she go run. They said Adetutu was so angry that day, but she did not tell the people or Dr. Lizzie, because they said Dr. Lizzie was asking her, telling her it's okay. She did not tell them what exactly was happening, but she was fighting it because Ebony have been doing a whole lot with the people that are supporting her to make sure that Adetutu did not come in. And they say it's one of the reasons that she have made up her mind that she is going to enter there. Let Ebony do her worst and all of that. And we all know that this Adetutu, from what we are hearing, she is also a priestess, and not just a priestess. She is that priestess that knows what she is doing. Unlike some people who learn the thing, they say it is inherited, and when you inherit something, it's not like when you go and learn that thing, and as long as you are practicing, there is no how Ebony would have challenged Adetutu in this area. So from what we are hearing, they said Adetutu told Ebony that, look, you see all of this graga that you are doing. By the time you see what you are looking for, that you are going to run. So now that finally Adetutu said yes to the king, because she said yes before the king sent those men to go to her family. So Ebony was shattered. Ebony have seen that all that she did to stop her from saying yes did not work. And they said no place entered Ebony in that palace. She have been walking up and down, going, as if she doesn't have destination. She will just see her moving up and down in the palace with no destination. And you know that by the time that the king will complete that marriage with Adetutu, Ebony will not even have a place to stay in that palace, because Adetutu will show her pepper. Because Adetutu, they say, knows the spiritual stuff more than Ebony. Ebony is learning. Ebony learned from her late father, the man that adopted her, according to what we're hearing. Don't forget that these are all alleged, okay? I do not live there. They're all alleged information. So it is now a very big problem for Ebony. They said Ebony have been crying that her own has finished, that her world have crumbled before her very face. And I say you never see anything. As long as you think you can fight the jewel and go scot-free, you never see anything. And so you go to see her. So my people, that is the information reaching us right now. But like I will always remind you, they are all alleged, unverified, making rounds on social media, okay? Thanks for watching. Please do well to subscribe to my channel if you're yet to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, don't forget to share. I love you. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Love you.